chapter.
Okay. You want to take that one?
No, you take it.
Oh, shucks. Okay. Well, the League of Women Voters is an organization I became interested in about 8 years ago, actually. And, I'd been doing things with other nonprofits and going to the Capitol and lobbying on different issues and studying different issues. And then it occurred to me one day that really it comes down to the vote, because the vote drives the issues, it drives the legislation. So who we vote for is really important. And the League of Women Voters is really focused on making sure that people understand the process for registering, for voting. We encourage people to try to apply to be an election judge, which is great training, to see all that goes on to make sure that elections and voter registration in Minnesota are secure. And they really are.
Yeah.
And that's especially important these days because of all of the misinformation and disinformation. So we actually, I spent 6 years with the St. Peter League, and one thing that we had always hoped to do in St. Peter is to have a Mankato presence, and to some extent we certainly did. So that was a really great training ground for me, and I think it was a little over a year ago that I started to think about, well, maybe what Mankato really needs is its own chapter. So I met with Colleen Jacks, who is the president of the League of Women Voters in St. Peter, and we kind of talked about the idea about, how can we make this work? How can we support each other? And that was always our goal, is that we should act as sister leagues and help staff events. Certainly they've been a great resource for giving us information and best practices that they've come up with. So we really value that. We've